So Mr. Beast apparently built 100 wells in Africa. I would assume it's boreholes, right? I do know a lot of people who look at Mr. Beast as someone who just does all these things to get views and all that kind of a thing. And looking at the video, he has over 100 million views. I don't know how much 100 million views pays. I think at least maybe he has earned at least $100,000 from that video, if not more. And building 100 wells in Africa. Okay, in my country, like a borehole, that would be okay. Well, okay, he has actually made a profit. If you are thinking about that, if you want to try and make some business statements there, he has made a profit. Thinking about it right now, except maybe digging boreholes in these countries are a bit different from my country, but I doubt that. So this is really interesting. And a lot of people were trying to say it was a white savior complex. I mean, I don't really know how people always try to find negatives in everything that people do. At the end of the day, the dude that provided water for a particular number of the population in Africa, that should be enough. No need for all this white complex, this, and all that kind of a thing. I think it's unnecessary. I think it should be commended. Whether he has made profits from this video and doing what he did or not, it doesn't really matter. So let's get right into it.
This is the first of 100 wells we're gonna build in this video. Oh, water! Oh, crap!
You just witnessed a small village in Kenya get access to unlimited clean drinking water in less than a second.
One down, 99 more wells in Africa to go. You're gonna love this video.
Combined, these 100 wells are going to give around 500,000 people fresh water to drink.
Nice.
After building some more wells on this side of Kenya, we flew south to the school system of Nairiri. And let's just say, they were really happy to see us.
How's it going? Was not expecting this. Thank you for the welcome. I'm not even sure how to react.
Why are they calling him BB?
I appreciate it, everybody.
This village threw a welcome ceremony upon our arrival, and
Can you
no one
imagine
got
this?
really into it.
No one's the most awkward person I've ever met, and that's a lot coming from me.
And after being shown around the school,
Here comes our guest.
How's it going? Oh, you having a good day? It's nice meeting you.
one of the teachers showed me where the students currently get their water, which is from this river. That's extremely unsafe to drink.
This is where your students used to get water from?
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yeah. You know, students complaining of diarrhea, infections like typhoid, because this is the water we've been using. So we try to treat, but you see, look at it, but at the end of the day, life has to move on. You have to get some water anyway.
This situation is obviously extremely sad. These children's lives are being limited and sometimes cut short from being forced to drink unsafe water. But at least for this village, we're gonna put an end to it right now.
I don't think this John's gonna fit.
Every time I see things like this in my continent, I'm always very, very both sad and angry at the same time. The continent is blessed with natural resources. Their indigents should never be going through something like this. They should never be subjected to drinking this kind of water. Never. They just shouldn't. And coming from me, in my country, most of us don't really depend on the government for water. Most of us, like the house I'm living right now, the landlord dig his own well. So first of all, when you want to go and pay for a house, those things are considered. Those things are considered. Houses that have water more expensive than houses that don't have water and things like that. So most of us in this part of the world, in my country at least, in the towns, because I'm living in a town or a city, I'm not living in the village. So we dig our own boreholes. We don't depend on the government and all that kind of thing. And it's really interesting because while I was growing up, government actually used to provide water for us. Now they don't do that anymore. It's not working anymore. To show you that instead of a country to actually be progressing, it's actually deteriorating worse and worse and worse. It's so embarrassing and so pathetic. I don't even know what to even say. Like, at the end of the day, most of these politicians, their children and their immediate family are abroad, safe abroad. So the people that are supposed to be serving, they don't care about, really. So it's really sad.
Let's see if we can find some water. It is raining! It's beautiful!
After the water comes out of the ground, it's fed into enormous barrels like this one. And once they're built into the
Yeah,
water towers,
thanks.
all of the neighboring villages will not only have clean
This is how it's done. This is how it's done. Like my compound right now, there's something like this, a high tank like that, so that the pressure is going to push the water out to the taps. So this, I mean, I'm sure in Kenya or some of these countries, I'm sure in the cities they have things like this in each houses, but in the villages they don't have these opportunities, unfortunately.
It is raining! It's beautiful!
After the water comes out of the ground, it's fed into enormous barrels like this one. And once they're built into the water towers, all of the neighboring villages will not only have clean drinking water, but a pressurized water source as well, which in
Nice.
short means no more doing laundry and unsafe water.
And pull!
On a scale of 1 to Nolan's mom, how heavy is it?
Nolan's mom times 2.
Oh, God. Dude, I'll push
Nolan,
you off
who's
of it.
Nolan's mom?
All right, here we go. Under control.
We built 20 more wells in Kenya, and after we were done,
Bro has another well in.
don't worry, I have more water in my other shoe. And just so you know how we built these first 29 wells, we used this giant drill to dig hundreds of feet into the ground, past the polluted sources and into an enormous aquifer of pure drinkable water. After that, we spent time installing pipes so that people all around Africa can access water from spigots like this one in Nairiri.
Let's see how it tastes. Like water.
But that's not true. Solving this problem is possible, and something humanity should all be putting effort in to fix.
What's the secret of success?
I mean, it's really sad. I mean, these countries' governments are supposed to be solving this issue by themselves. They don't need a white YouTuber from somewhere coming to do that. Their job for them. They don't need that. And you guys need to see how the political leaders in Africa live. You need to see it. And you come and tell me if Africa actually really needs people like Mr. Beast to come and help them out for things, basic amenities like this. Basic amenities like this. I commend him for doing this. At the end of the day, he could have chosen not to do it. But man, it's something that is so shameful that some YouTuber, a guy who blew up from counting 1 to 1 million, is it 1 to 100,000, 1 million? This is the same guy that's coming to do your job, coming to do your job for you. Embarrassing.
To be honest, just find something you love doing and do it for a long period, and eventually you'll succeed.
Really?
I'm gonna bring it super close. See us?
Not
Is that
exactly
cool?
true.
If you look up, it's recording. All right, well, I'm gonna get close. All
Drone.
right. Yeah, you can see yourself.
We were also able to install a well for this village, and this village, and these 12 other villages. And while we were finishing
This guy, this Mr. Beast definitely had a time of his lifetime, man. He had a time of his life with this, like doing this for these people must have really there's just so few things that could make you so happy in life than seeing people that are suffering so much and you relieve their suffering. It's like one of the best things you can ever experience in your life. I've not had the means to do that a lot, but the few times I've done it, it's really liberating. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it, but this guy really had a time of his life. Yeah.
these wells, we were also able to update one of the and even put modern whiteboards and projectors in all the classrooms.
Do you guys like the projector?
My issue with this is great. It's great. But would they be able to manage this? That is the issue. That is the issue. I'm not trying to poo-poo what he's doing here. But I'm an African. I know how Africa works, unfortunately. Let me not say it. Let it not be like I'm trying to be negative, but I'm just trying to be realistic here. I doubt this classroom will still be using this by 2 years' time.
We were using a chalk and then a lot of dust, but today everything is clean. We truly appreciate it.
No problem. It's the least we could do.
But then when we flew out to the site of the 45th well, we realized this community had it even harder. Every time they need to get water, they need to take a treacherous mile-long hike through the jungle. And that mile-long hike also happens to be on a giant mountain.
I wake up very early, about 4 o'clock, so that I can fetch water for the school.
We are not safe fetching water here. That place is very slippery. Chances of getting an injury is very high.
So while we worked on their well, the community took me to see how they currently source their water.
You guys would have to make this trip how many times a day?
2 times.
2 times a day. Oh, wow. So a typical student would carry something like this?
Yeah.
Oh, God. If 200 students did this every day, how hard could it be?
It could be very hard.
Oh, boy. Dang, this is very steep. We're just walking down this mountain forever.
Every day.
It was actually surprising how difficult this hike was. And these people go through all of that just to get to this spigot. That's water is still unsafe to drink.
This is where you guys get your water from normally?
Yes.
And filled with water, these jugs can weigh up to 40 pounds, which is insane for these children to be carrying up this mountain.
The ladies can carry 2 of those.
Oh, I totally can as well then.
And as soon as these jugs were filled, it was time to head all the way back up.
Hurry up, let's go.
He's not even sweating or anything. I got it.
And now, instead of spending hours a day for unsafe water, their new well is only 10 feet away from the school.
Nice.
So,
They can just fill it up here now. I'm too tired.
and so we were on our way to the next village where we built our 46th well, but we ran into a little problem. We found out that this village is divided in half by this huge, dangerous river. It may not look like much now, but when the rainy season comes, the water comes up this high and literally swallows this bridge.
And why this bridge is such a big deal is the village is over there, the hospital and schools are over there, so they're crossing this bridge multiple times a day.
Despite how dangerous this bridge is, it's their only option.
This river, when it is swollen, it can sweep away people, students, or even animals.
In the recent past, we have lost about 3 people trying to cross this river.
This loss of life is insane and absolutely unacceptable. The moment we heard about this, we knew we had to help. So while we started work on a new bridge that would let them reach their well, we then traveled over 2,000 miles from Kenya to the country of Zimbabwe.
We've been in Africa for over a week, and we still have a lot more wells to do.
You kind of smell.
I know, it's weird. I showered this morning. If you let me finish, I can put my arms down. Can I count on you 2 to finish these wells with me?
Yes.
First on the agenda was to check out a local hospital that was in dire need of clean water. Upon entering, we learned how big of an impact this clinic had on the village.
How many kids do you guys give birth to a year here?
In a month, about 50.
Do 600 births a year? Wow.
But unfortunately, the pregnant mothers at this clinic have to walk over a mile just to get water, and then carry these heavy buckets all the way back. However, the good news is we paid for the construction of a new modern well for them.
It's just so sad, man. It's just so sad. Some of you that may have been following my channel for some time, you know how I feel about this continent. You know how I do. Africa has so many resources, man. They shouldn't even have, like, and I do get it. Maybe you don't have to be as developed as the first world countries. Fine, that is okay. But basic amenities like this shouldn't be something that some white YouTuber is supposed to come and provide for the people. Seriously, it shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. It's just so sad, man. It's just so sad. Pregnant women. And I'm not really surprised by that to an extent, because I do see pregnant women doing some tedious jobs in my country sometimes. You know, like maybe when they're building a house, they come and help in carrying, the concrete and all that. But it's
All that needed to be done now was to turn it on.
All right, Nolan, are you ready?
I'm ready. Over.
Let me get a dramatic zoom in. Nolan, I pressed the button. Is it working? It's flowing! Oh. Do we want to go check it out?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I love how people are immediately just getting water right now. This is easily the coolest thing ever.
Nolan here is a professional dancer. He will join.
How do I always end up dancing?
What is he doing? Oh, God.
Oh, man.
We can watch this anymore.
No, don't do that. Actually, I've seen a steady coincidence when it comes to dancing with wise people. I've never actually, left my country, as you guys know, but I've seen it online, on TV. Wise people just don't have the rhythm. They just don't have that rhythm that's an African or someone with an African blood has. They just don't have it. And I'm not trying to be derogatory in any way. It's just something that I've noticed, and they just don't have that. I don't know how to put it. Like, they just don't have it.
Besides ensuring access to clean water, a lot of the students at this village lack transportation. So we decided to give all of them new bicycles.
I know it looks like a lot of kids, but we bought a lot of bikes.
Nice.
Full disclosure, I don't know how to ride a bike.
They look so
Jimmy only
happy,
knows how to give
man.
away
They look
bikes.
so
Never
happy.
learned how to ride one. Let's break in all the new bicycles. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, everyone's passing me. Be careful, I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't want to hit anyone. You want to ride it? All right, go for it, little man. Okay.
And after giving away the bikes, we continue building wells until we reach
Well, number 69.
this solar-powered well is specially
Wow.
designed to aid the farmers in this village by providing more than enough water for all of their crops and livestock, even during the dry season.
Yeah, that reminds me. All these wells that he has built for these people. At the end of the day, you need lights to power it. You have to pump the water, right? So you need lights to power it. Most of these places don't have electricity. So I wonder how it's going to be maintained in that way, to be able to pump this water regularly for these people to get this water the way this guy hopes for them to be able to get it. Because unfortunately, a lot of, especially in villages in Africa like this, they don't have electricity. Even in towns, even where I am right now, I'm using my generator to shoot this video. So I know Nigeria is different. Most African countries have electricity to an extent, so let me not put my country's incompetence on other African countries. Even some smaller African countries like Uganda, like countries that you would think Nigeria is supposed to be ahead of, have electricity almost like 24 hours. So let me not put that on them. Let me not do that. So hopefully these countries that these villages have lights, the way I'm thinking, compared to my trash country. And we are still going through this lack of electricity in the 21st century. I mean, this in 2023, the country is still having issues with electricity. So kudos to other African countries that have found a way to solve this issue. Only Nigeria is remaining. So.
Without any electricity.
Each panel is 200 watts. Then it's attached to a pump. That pump can pump 5,000 liters every hour. Basically, it's unlimited amount of water for this entire village.
That's incredible.
And after we left Zimbabwe, we wanted to continue to give water to communities all across Africa. So we built more wells in Uganda, Somalia, and Cameroon. If you
What
wanna
about
see more of
Nigeria?
what we
We're
did
not
in
that rich,
Cameroon,
man.
There's a whole
We're not
video
that
about
rich.
that coming soon on the Philanthropy channel. Spending time in these villages really made me reflect on the importance of building wells, how it brings water to farms to feed the hungry, how it provides clean conditions for hospitals, and most importantly, how it helps the children of this next generation live long, healthy lives and build the future for all of these communities.
We await a new dawn of clean drinking water. Water is life.
And with some help from the locals, we finally finished a new bridge that this community can use for the next 100 years.
Lives have been saved. Families will come together. The worries will be gone.
The 100 wells we built in this
Wow,
video will
nice.
change a lot of lives, but not enough. Which is why before you go, I want to urge you all to go to beastphilanthropy.org/wells or click the link in the description and donate money if possible. We're literally not profiting a dime off this video.
Wow,
100% of the money
really?
we raise is
That
going to
is
go towards building
incredible,
more
man.
wells like you saw in this video
This
all
guy
around the
has
globe.
a
I
great
know it's
heart,
weird
seriously.
that a YouTuber has to do all this stuff, but someone's got to do it. And if no one else is, we're going to do it. As you can tell, it really does change the lives of the communities where we build them.
And finally,
Well 100.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Wow, this was incredible, man. This was so incredible. You shouldn't have to come to this. You shouldn't have to come to this. Just shouldn't. These are basic amenities. It's not like we're not talking about like outrageous things here. Just basic amenities, water, light, things like that that each human being needs for their daily life, you know, and all that kind of a thing. It's really, really sad that a YouTuber, a guy that blew up, counting from 1 to 1 million. Is it 1 million or 100,000? I'm not sure. This is the guy that had to come and do the job that the government is supposed to be doing. This is their job. This is what they're voted into. And I know some countries don't have democracy. That's what I'm saying. This democracy of a thing is not even really working in Africa like that. That's why every time we talk about that, Western countries trying to spread this democracy, some countries need dictatorship, to be honest with you. I mean, look at Libya. Look at Libya. Libya could have been left there with Gaddafi. They had all these basic amenities that these people don't have. Libya was one of the most developed countries in Africa until the US came and meddled with their affairs. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm really, really pessimistic when it comes to this continent. Some of you that have followed my channel for some time, you know how I feel about this continent. Maybe because of the fact that I'm from Nigeria, which is probably one of the worst out of all of them, makes me have a different outlook to things. But I doubt in 3 to 5 years' time, these wells will still be working. I doubt that. I really doubt that. And I hope I'm wrong. But I really do doubt that because Africa does has a lot of issues, man. I try to think we are cursed, to be honest. And enough of blaming colonialism for everything. I'm just tired of it. Every time, every issue that comes when it comes to Africa, it's always colonialism. White man this, white man. I'm just tired of it. Fix your shit. Fix your shit. I'm tired of it. And this is what is gonna what I think is gonna happen is maintenance. Maintenance is an issue when in Africa, in a lot of things. Maintenance. I wonder how they're going to maintain those places, and some of those materials that are being used to bore those holes to create these wells for this water for these people to get. A lot of those materials are good money. What about theft? Thefts. How are they going to secure those places where people are not going to come and steal the materials? At that point, the borehole is of no use anymore. So I really do hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, but Mr. Beast has not been the first to do things like this. People have done it. By the time you go to those places, 1 year time, 2 years time, 3 years time, the place is already ruined, has not been maintained, and the people are back to where they were, back to square one. So I don't know whether there's a way for Mr. Beast to keep maintaining it. I don't know. And he shouldn't have to do that. These people are supposed to maintain it by themselves. But I doubt that is going to happen. I know I'm sounding very, very terrible right now, but you can't really blame me for that. You can't really blame me. But anyway, kudos to this guy. Kudos to him. Kudos to his team. And really commendable for what he has done for these people. It's really, really great to see. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.